So I suggest figuring out whatever those things are for you. Do that first. With that said though, do all your due diligence. What is up guys? Welcome back. Good morning from Pattaya, Thailand. Now I'm sure all of you have noticed by now, if you're on the internet consuming any type of quote unquote Thailand content, which you obviously are, a lot of what you're gonna see is one of two things. And one thing that everybody has in common that is coming to Thailand for travel, expats, whatever it may be, everybody needs a condo. So it makes sense that there's a lot of condo content, especially on Instagram, TikTok. The majority of the videos you're gonna see are one of two things. It's either gonna be one, look at this amazing $12 a month condo that I found, or it's gonna be other people saying that those videos aren't true, that you can't find cheap, really nice condos in Thailand. Okay, so what is the relevance? Hold on, okay, there it is. What is the relevance? Why are we doing this video today? Whether or not you guys watch the videos, you may or may not know that I'm not really the one to specifically put people on blast, to specifically go out and say, oh, these things aren't true. Try to just do my own thing and let you guys figure out what the quote unquote valuable information is today. Recently, I had an experience with my landlord, something that I've seen happen to quite a few other creators, some more of my friends here in Thailand. A lot of us that have been here for a while, we all, kind of came back after the whole big C word. So we all got good pricing on condos when we got here, but now things are pretty much back to normal. So prices are going back up. When I moved into my condo, we had an agreement that the price wouldn't increase. Now that has changed, so I'm gonna be looking for a new condo. And the motivation for taking you guys along the entire journey is because this person essentially tried to tell me that this was a good price and I wasn't gonna be able to find anything better. Now, I don't know about you, but me, I take that as a challenge. So the price I was paying was 8,000 baht. The owner wants to increase it to 10,000. So today we're gonna go and we're gonna hop online, we're gonna run around, we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to find an equal or better place for that 8,000 baht mark, which is 8,000 baht, it's like $240. Okay, not to worry, even though we're filming an amateur video on this very small couch, this isn't going where you might be thinking it's going. If you are thinking that, what the hell, man? Look, we are back at Tempus TV headquarters, and I'm gonna show you guys my process when it comes to finding the best deals, the best condo you can possibly find in Thailand. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. But before we can do any of that, of course, we gotta figure out what we're looking for, right? So I always start out with my requirements first, my go, no goes. And for this particular instance, first requirement, price 7,000 to 8,500 baht. Could it be a little bit higher if I'm really in love with it? Yes. Do I think I'm gonna find a place I really like for cheaper than that? No. Second requirement, location. Now, of course, this one's gonna be different for everybody, but when it comes to me, I'm not super picky because I have the bike, but if you're coming and you're not gonna have your own transportation, that's something to consider. Close access to a 7-Eleven, that's a must, or a Family Mart, Tops, whatever, something similar. Is it near a grocery store? Because sometimes I like to cook some random stuff that might be hard to find. 3, is it near a food market? Same reason. And 4, this one's really important to me personally, and that is the laundry. Requirement number 3, facilities, like building facilities. I'm not super picky about this either. Like we said, if there's on-site laundry, that's great. If it has a really nice pool, that's great too. If it doesn't, no big deal. And an on-site gym is also a bonus. And then last but not least, when it comes to the condo itself, for me, I like a place that gets a decent amount of natural light during the day. Good air conditioning is an absolute must. When it comes to the shower, I always check to make sure that the water gets hot and it has good pressure. And especially if you're planning on getting a furnished condo, which a lot of people do, it's really common in Thailand, make sure you check the bed. Really stiff beds are very common here. So those are my go, no go requirements. Anything else I can kind of deal with either way. So I suggest figuring out whatever those things are for you. Do that first. Now, where are we gonna look for these condos? Me, personally, I prefer to look online, but if you like a, maybe more old school route, boots on the ground style, you can of course hire a real estate agent. There are plenty of those in Thailand, and you can just let them know what you're looking for, let them do all the legwork. but of course that convenience is gonna cost you a little bit extra. So for at least today, we are gonna be strictly online. Now, if you do go the online route, where should you be looking? So me personally, I use two main things. Number one, Facebook groups. There are tons and tons of Facebook groups for pretty much no matter which city you're in. People will list rentals in there all the time. That's a really good place to find private owner listings, you know, somebody that just owned it, listed it themselves. And the second one is a website called Fazwaz, FAZWAZ.com. All right, so boom, here we are on the Fazwaz landing page. So this site is really great for a multitude of reasons. So we'll start out right here. We'll just go over to rent. Obviously you can buy or sell as well. Go here and we will just search by location. We will just go right here to Pattaya. Boom. First thing that I really enjoy, over here on the right, you'll see we get this map view. If you are particular about where you want to be, this is great. So green is for condos. Red is for usually home, like houses, townhomes, things like that. So as you can see, before we put in any of our requirements, obviously there are tons and tons of rentals. Some of the filters I really appreciate. Boom, we got a max price. We'll go right here. It's kind of a bummer that I can't really, you know, put it to 8,000 or whatever, but 10,000. No big deal. And then you can go through here. Of course, you can, how many you want, a studio, one bedroom, whatever. Features if you want to be close to things, pool access, jacuzzi, things like that. So we'll go ahead and just select up to 10K baht. Boom, and then we'll go over here. So if we're talking 10,000 baht, that's about $300, a little bit more, right? So you're talking for $300 a month, you've got all these options. And this is just in our area right here. If you back out, it'll just add more and more. So the way that I generally like to do it is I'll go to an area that I enjoy right here. This is the Pratamnak Hill area, which is a good part of town in my opinion. And then you can just kind of hover over, see what catches your eye. We'll just go ahead here and grab a few. We'll grab that one. And then when you just click on it, it'll go ahead and open in a new tab here. So 1 second, we'll grab a couple more. Boom. And boom. So right away here, we've taken probably what, 3 minutes? We've already got 3 condos here for anywhere from 8 to 10,000 baht. One nice thing if you don't know about Thailand is sometimes you can get a little bit of wiggle room on these monthly payments. If maybe you want to pay some months up front, commit to a longer lease, whatever it is, sometimes, especially with a private owner, you can work things out. So once you do find something that looks interesting, obviously you can go right here. Generally, the photos are pretty good at most condo listings on here. I think they hold them to a pretty strict requirement when it comes to the listings. So you can go through there, check everything out, and then you come down here. They're really good about making sure to list relative information, how big the room is, how old the building is, what types of leases they're asking for, how long the listing has been listed, how much you're going to pay per square meter, whether pets are allowed, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes this isn't entirely accurate. There might be some things in here that are a little bit different, something to just keep in mind. One thing that I really like about this site that not a lot of other ones seem to do, this isn't sponsored, by the way. Fazwaz, we are in no way affiliated. They didn't pay me to say this. This is genuinely what I use because I like to use it. But like I was saying, one thing they do that a lot of other people don't do, you might have noticed already, if you come down here to these links right here, they're really good about, boom, okay, maybe you didn't see exactly what part of town it is, boom, you can go and check right there exactly where it is. Okay, well, maybe does it look bummy from the outside? I want to know what it looks like. Boom, here is a link straight to the street view. I actually went and looked at this condo, Neo Condo, by the way, just a side note, and it is pretty nice for the price. And they'll go ahead, take pictures of the pool, all, you know, gym, whatever they have on site. So that is really great. If you do find a place that you're interested in, you can just go ahead, go over here to the right to this contact us form, fill in all your information. Hopefully I remembered to blur mine right here. Go down, boom, what's your preferred language, all that good stuff, and then go ahead and send it off. If you're coming from the States, it works kind of like Craigslist. When you sign up for this site, you'll go ahead and link an email. The contact that reaches out when you go through this form will be from your email, and then they can get back to you. One thing to understand about this site that is good to know is they can kind of work like a brokerage sometimes, as in people can come to them and just use the site as a listing platform. Fazwaz isn't necessarily affiliated or promoting them directly. So when you send this email out, it might just go to a person. They might not check their email very often, blah, de, blah, de, blah. So responses might take a little bit longer. So this one's pretty good. We'll go ahead and mark that. Go ahead and check on the next one here. And this one's looking about 10,000 baht. Just got to keep yourself honest. If you're saying, wow, man, like 32 square meters is really small. Yes, but it's $300. Okay, so that is pretty much Fazwaz in a nutshell. We'll hop over to the Facebook groups. So me, when I'm looking for these groups, I just essentially go Pattaya rent, or, you know, Bangkok rent, whatever city you're in. A lot of them are public, so you can just hop right in, go down here. Everybody knows how Facebook works. One of the main things that I don't really enjoy about Facebook groups when it comes to, you know, the listing groups where stuff's for sale, is it can be really hard to filter down all these posts. So a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll just go in here, I'll throw up a post and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I'll list those requirements that we talked about earlier, and then just wait for people to message you. So now we'll go ahead and fire off emails to all those listings that I might be interested in, which I already did. And no, it's none of the places we showed. So now that we've got some, you know, we've got some lines out there, we've got some bait set. Usually what I'll do when I'm waiting for those emails back, or, you know, I'm waiting for those Facebook responses, these places that I'm interested in, I'll go and I'll start hopping around from Google or other listing sites and just start reading reviews. As I'm sure you know, I'm sure you've lived in places that might have been a great condo, great building, great location, then for whatever reason, maybe it be management or, you know, neighbors, whatever, you just ended up not liking it. And I really like to do that too, because I don't know about you, but me, I have this thing when I go and look at condos, I'm excited. So I tend to just blitz through them, and I don't check for a lot of things that are important to me sometimes. So it's nice to go and read those reviews, because then you can kind of get an idea of what you're walking into and what you should be looking for. So what did we learn today? Well, I didn't really learn it because I pretty much already knew, but now we know for sure that the owner of this place that is asking the price that he is, I personally don't think that's fair, especially with those rooms that we found that quickly. Was I super excited about any of those? Not in particular, but considering how fast we found them, I have all the confidence that finding what I'm looking for isn't gonna be a problem. So if you're coming to Thailand, especially if you're staying here long term, you're gonna need a spot to nestle down for a while. I would highly recommend going this route, or at least implementing it into a system you already have. It's worked out great for me since I've been here. I've got a few friends who use the same sites, same groups, and I personally haven't heard any horror stories. With that said though, do all your due diligence. Don't send anybody money until contracts and stuff is all squared away. Just be smart about it, and I'm sure you'll be fine. On that note, guys, I guess I should start packing. And if you're asking yourself if I'm staying in Jomtien Beach, no. I'm still gonna stay in the general Pattaya area for right now, but I'm not gonna let you know yet. Let me know down in the comments where you think I'll end up. But until then, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some valuable info today that will help you on your journey. We'll catch you in the next one.